Okay, welcome back. Hope we are well. This is a new streaming software. I'm getting used to it. Yeah, big news day today. Let me just set this streaming software up. It's supposed to have a chat box. I don't know why the chat box is not working. Strange. Why is that not working? Welcome. You guys can hear me, right? You guys can hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying this new streaming software. And it's supposed to have the chat. Yeah, there we go. Chat's working, right? I wonder how well we can see chat. Yeah, now you can read chat, right? There we go. Sweet. Seems like it's working. I can make this bigger. Check this out. Now you guys have chat. Yes, sir. There we go. So now we have a professional chat, and that was the goal of this. I needed to get that up and running. That's why I'm a little bit late today. I was getting that up and running, but we're all sorted now. We're all sorted. So let's get straight into it. And I'll mess around with this later on stream because I can change the different types of chat boxes and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll do that after. Anyways, let's go have a look today. Today is Wednesday and we have Gbpjpy inflation rate data. Now this is going to be super important here for Gbpjpy because people are mixed. They don't know what's going on. They don't know basically what's going to happen because the jobs yesterday, the wages went up super heavy, right? Super heavy, the wages went up. So they're scared that, okay, this might be an indication that inflation is going even higher. So if we look at the numbers, they're expecting rates to come out today at 9.8 when it was at 10. So they're expecting to finally see one-digit rates again. But they don't know if that's going to play true. Why? Because of yesterday's data coming out with jobs. Now, right now on price, if we have a look at how the daily is closed, so, let's go have a look at analysis and see, okay, what makes sense? Even though we have news coming out in 15 minutes here, what makes sense on the daily to happen on the chart, right? So if we look at daily is moving up here. Buys make sense on the daily. Why do buys make sense? Well, because we closed bullish yesterday, we're basically filling this wick, so we have bullish pressure. If we look at the 4 hour, we closed the support, a higher support, and now we're trying to break above this 4 hour resistance here, bring back the drawings, start to adjust our drawings for our resistance. We can start adjusting all of this, but we're basically at 4 hour resistance, which is not the best place to buy, especially into news. It's a very risky place to buy. 1 hour resistance right here, 30-minute resistance. Yeah, so we're at this resistance zone here. Even though this looks nice that it closed above here, this is 4 hour resistance. So this pullback can be pretty heavy. The range up to here is only 5 pips. So don't get carried away. Don't think that it's such a massive move. It's actually only a very, very small move here. This is only a move worth of 5 pips, right? So it'll be interesting to see how news comes out and what news basically does. And I'm pretty excited to see if we get a push up or a push down. I will put a poll in chat and then we can see if people agree or if people don't agree of what we're looking for here. So yeah, as for gold today, that's basically GJ. We'll discuss more if you guys have any questions. Gold finally formed a support here on the daily 4 hour, although it's created a resistance which is not ideal at the moment here on the 4 hour time frame. We have a minor 4 hour support here. If this candle here manages to flip, right, and New York can close above this resistance here, then it'll be looking good for buys. If you're gonna sell, it's tough, but I think below 2000 you have an option to sell here. This previous 4-hour support might be an issue. Yeah, I would say probably below this, below 2019.99, below that sells probably makes sense to fill this wick. I wouldn't be worried about this support here because the latest information we have is the wick. And yeah, that probably will be your best sells below this support here. So if price could come down, do something like that, then you can look for sells on gold and it makes sense and you can get some easy sells. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. And yeah, pretty simple. And yeah, let me know if you guys agree. I'm just playing around with chat. If you guys just type something in chat just so I can see how it looks. Thank you, thank you. There we go. So you guys finally happy with chat now? Happy now you guys can read chat. Chat is there professionally. Looks good now. Not like before. Hey man, how are you doing? Do you think EJ has a better since the 4-hour? Yeah, let's have a look at EJ, no worries. Alright, EJ. Sorry guys if I'm a bit all over the place. I came to the charts, quickly started trying to set up this new streaming software. You know what it's like with technology and trying to get a new software set up. You know, I have to put everything. I had to put my new stream. Then when I would try to stream it to YouTube, it had to make a whole new stream. So I had to copy all the details from the last stream. Then the you know, the title wasn't there, the description wasn't there, and I said, oh, copy it back, copy it forward. Then it wasn't working. So yeah, if you guys did like the analysis, please leave a like. 36 of us in here and 7 likes, not really the best. And yeah, let's see EJ. So 4-hour, yeah, 4-hour did close above. We have this wick here which can be a target, but what do we have behind this 4-hour level? Where's our next resistance? Yeah, the only problem, man, on EJ is we have this resistance right here. So even though we closed above, we're trading into this resistance, right? You see how it's rejecting that at the moment? So even though we did close above this resistance, now we're trading into another resistance. So you probably want to be above this, which is also ended up being a 30-minute resistance. So I think if you can close a candle above this resistance here, I think you'll have a good shot towards the upside. Maybe, yeah, above here or above this zone here. Otherwise, we're going to, you'll probably struggle trying to buy right now. All good. Is gold having upside or downside because it moves crazy slow, and silver too? Agree. Thanks. Plan similar to good one. What about EU? Yeah, we can have a look at EU. Gold looks like it wants to head down for the session, but the daily is bullish. So if this flips and creates support, it can have upside. For EU today, let's have a look at the 4-hour. 4 hours closing bearish. Daily yesterday, I assume closed bullish. Yeah, so daily closed bullish here. We did break the highs, which is nice, but the 4 hours found resistance and is breaking down. So if the 4-hour can maintain support right here, and we can close a 4-hour candle bullish, you can actually look to continue the daily candle and continue buys. But today's a mixed session, so you can also have an argument for sells. But I think the best sells will probably come below 1.0955, around that zone. Probably sell down to the lows. Morning guys, morning. Since I can't hear myself watching the video, when I talk, is there a delay between the mic and the camera? Because that also, I had that on my old streaming software. I had something that adjusts that as well. So I need to make sure that's still working. What broker do I use? I use IC Markets. No all sync. Good. Yeah, I adjusted it. I normally have to put a 400 millisecond delay on the mic to the camera because the mic is faster than the camera. So I put that on here, but I wanted to make sure it's the same. Later on, I'll fix. I used to have an animation on my overlay. The chat used to go and come, and Tradesharpe used to go and come, but I'll fix that all later. Remember when I kept avoiding? Remember I kept avoiding saying, yeah, I'll set up the chat later. I'll set up the chat later. This is why I wanted to set up the chat later, because all of this changes. Mr. Caplock. Mr. Caplock. Any way to enter gold? Not at the moment, man. Sells probably make sense as we get below the support at 19.99. So we need to close below there and then wait for a pullback to take gold. But this GBP news can affect gold, so be careful, right? We have news coming out in 5 minutes here. We're pumping into news. So let's bring out a poll here. Why can't I bring out a poll? There we go. So what do we think of news, guys? Up or down? Let me know. Up or down on news? Let's go. What's your votes? Up or down, up or down. Based on structure, upside makes sense, right? But we are at 4-hour resistance. But I think upside makes sense, right? Everything is pointing towards the upside. So I don't see why upside doesn't make sense. And it would be super interesting to see if this comes back negative, if we don't come back as the forecast, if this would go down. Oh, I thought you meant the inflation. No, the GJ, up or down. Inflation going up is gonna be super. I think the initial move will be positive, but it will be taken negatively long term. Because positively, because they expect interest rates to go up, and interest rates will help the GBP as the strength of the currency. But negatively, it will reflect the economy as doing bad, and if that reflects the economy of doing bad, we'll actually see probably GJ tank. 3 minutes till news here. If this pushes us outside of our range, it's actually nice, because if we look at the daily here, we have range to trade, right? Just look at this daily candle. We have a lot of room. We have all the way up to 167,600. So we have, you know, a good 70 pip range to trade today. 4 hour as well, right? Next resistance is basically, this might be a problem. Let me mark this up. I think I have it already. Yes, this one right here. That's the next problem. And then we have this, which is previous. So let's mark this as previous. And let's see. Should we try get in on news? No, trading news is gambling. If you want to gamble, you probably have better odds going to the casino. So maybe try the casino, play some blackjack or something like that. You probably have better odds. But gambling on news, you know, it's 50-50 at the end of the day. But the problem is that you can't control the losses. At least if you go to the casino, you can choose how much you want to bet. Here, you put a lot size, and if it runs 100 pips, it runs 100 pips the opposite way even. Yeah, the screen will always have a delay, but I see your chat before that delay, right? The screen will have a delay because YouTube has to what's this called? Process it. But I can see your chat before it comes up. It's the chat on screen is just for people who are watching full screen, right? The people who are watching full screen, they can just read it later on, you know? I mean, that had no delay when you just typed it. Unless the whole YouTube delays my my chat. Alright guys, 15 seconds till news here. Here we go. Upside or downside. I'm more interested to see what the news is gonna do. 6 seconds. Boom. Wow. Huge move to the upside. Sheesh. Big candle. Yes, sir. Pushing. Damn. How much is spread? Let's have a look at what spread is doing. Look at this. Retracing the whole thing. Spread is like 25 points, which is 2.5 pips. Not that bad. Okay, did we get the numbers? 10.1. Oof, that's bad. That's bad, guys. So initial move towards the upside, because as I said, the initial reaction is boom. Okay, interest rates are going up. We are going to see higher interest rates, so that taken positively into the pound, right? So if we see that taken positively into the pound, but long term, it's actually something negative for the GBP economy and for the British economy here. So very, very interesting to see. So still double-digit inflation rate in the UK, which is not good at all. Not good at all. Has come down from the previous, so we can't disregard that. But again, way off the forecast. Some good volume here. If I'm gonna trade news, I need to see structure on the 1 minute time frame. If I can see structure on the 1 minute time frame, I can attempt to trade news here. But I'm not just trading off random candles like this. This can easily retrace the whole thing by the next candle. The general rule is you want to wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Once this 15-minute candle closes, then you have a lot more information here. Chat is very quiet. I know some of you are saying, let me get into this. UJ and EU flew up. Is that normal? Yes. Gold should have even moved a bit. Not too much. But yes, it is normal indeed. Why? Because EU is in Europe, right? The euro and the Japanese yen will be... A lot of people will move money around, right? When this type of news happens. Yeah, UJ got the same move. If you got in earlier, you would have held through news. Yeah, you'd probably have to get in all the way from yesterday. And even yesterday would have been such a boring hold. This is like... No, this is even 5 a.m. my time. The only option I see today is 5 a.m. my time. And that's not even a great option. Probably this close above here. But then you have this resistance, which is the next problem here, right? This resistance becomes a problem. So really, it's tough to get an entry before news. Very tough. See, 1 minute, what's 1 minute doing? Yeah, so this structure here that's formed, if this 1 minute candle closes like this is like a... Could take this, but to this level, 16, 17 pips, it's not the best, you know? I rather this have happened right here to get this push. Now that the push has happened and we're at the highs, this is not really something you want to be doing. But this is the first 5 minute candle closure, bullish 5 minute candle closure here. You know, if you expect this volume to continue, you'd probably be taking it right now and see if you can get a small scalp. Right here, break of this high. But this is like really risky, man. Like, you know, if you do this, you go really half risk and you just, you go break even as soon as possible. I mean, what spread? Spread is really high at the moment. So 63 of us got it correct that we expect news to go to the upside, which is nice to see. So yeah, you could try scalp this right now. Break of this high. Target's gonna be this 167,500 using volume. Quite risky though. Does the close of the 15-minute candle or 5-minute candle before the start of the new 1 hour give any indication of where price might go? Yeah, of course, but you have to use that relative to where we are in the market, right? So you're always using that relative to where we are in the market. Are we closing above a resistance? Are we bullish today? Are we bearish today? And based on those closes, you can make a decision if you want to look for buys or sells, right? But the closes give us the confirmation to take the trades. Yeah, this 1 minute here close bearish. Normally what I see in news here is either we do two things now. If we break this structure down here, I do think we will retrace quite heavily here. But either what we'll do is we'll slowly start to trend up, or we'll consolidate and get one nice move towards the upside, and then it kind of dies down, and then we wait for proper structure to take a more educated trade. But at the moment, you know, if you're in this trade that you would have taken here with stops below here, I mean, this is more of like a kind of get in and see what happens. You know, you would probably, after this push up here, I'd probably go break even at this point. Probably after this 1 minute candle closes here, if I was in it, I would take it. But this is not my type of trade. I'm happy to sit this one out, watch it, explain it. I mean, I could take it half risk at the moment here and just do it for a bit of fun. But there's no point, you know, we want to take it seriously. And I don't have enough data. I can't tell you guys confidently that I'm super confident about this trade. It's kind of like a 50-50. You're just hoping that volume continues the move. But it looks good so far, you know. I don't see any issues with it. But when we have other setups that I know about, then I can have a lot more confidence and tell you guys like, yeah, this setup long term works. This is not bad profits. Long term, I've always seen this work. It's always been good long term, blah, 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 blah. And we will be comfortable holding the trade and taking the trade, right? But it'll be fun to watch and see if it plays out. And the only way you can collect data on news is to just watch it, right? Because every single news event is different. So I'm still collecting data on news. But mostly if I trade news, I try get in before. But yesterday I had no option to get in before. But if inflation is higher than forecast, why is the pound stronger against the yen? Won't the price fall? No, because if inflation is higher than the forecast, then they expect interest rates to raise. And if interest rates get risen, then that helps the GBP, right? Because it generates more profit from higher interest rates, blah, 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 blah. So we see strength come into the GBP because they expect interest rates to go up. But long term, it's negative for the pound. Why is it negative? Because of the bad effects it will have on the economy. Morning, the chat text is obscuring your face. The chart is cropped, so we can't see a bigger picture in a small. Oh, the chat text corrected itself. Oh yeah, now it just it cropped my face. Very interesting. I can fix that. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a new... This is a new streaming software. So I'm just getting used to it. I'll fix it now. There we go. Chart is small because I'm on the 1 minute time frame. That's why the chart looks small, because I'm on a 1 minute time frame. Interesting stream though. All we can see is the tops of two candles. Yep, because that's what we're concentrating on at the moment. We're concentrating on the two candles. We had a big news event, my friend. Right? You see a big news event came and pushed price. All right, it pushed price 50 pips. So that's why the chart looks like this. If you would like me to sit on a 4-hour time frame, or if you'd like to come in my seat and stream for me, that's also okay. You know, but if we have a news event, you're only going to see that one news candle. I'm not going to trade the charts like this. This is not how I trade the charts. Right? I don't like trading the charts like this. I prefer to be zoomed in and concentrated on the levels that I have already marked out, right? Hi, I'm new here. Welcome, welcome. That's why you can only see the tops of those candles. Make sense? Not hating, bud. Calm down. I'm not pissed, man. I'm just playing games here. Relax, relax. Explaining it to you, brother. Explaining it to you. I like to give people a bit of stick, you know? Otherwise it's boring, right? We need to have something interesting. I was explaining it to you. Don't take it personally, man. Don't take it personally. You did have a little moment. Yeah, man. I mean, come on. Someone comes into the chat, which I appreciate. Toys came out the pram and everything. Yeah. Thanks, mate. I know. I don't know how long he's been watching the stream, because it's hard to zoom it out like this when we've had news. We were concentrating on the 1 minute time frame. So I just wanted to explain that to him. He's probably left anyways. He's like, screw this guy. This guy is like full headache. Can't please everyone. Can't please everyone. We'll see if he's still here. Are you still here, bro? I'm sure that made him left. If he's still here, respect to him. Respect. If he's not here, I understand. Oh, he's here. No, just the chart's too small on the screen's frame. Just feedback. I know it's streaming software. Still here. All good, bro. Actually, look, I have a DM with the guy who made me this streaming, this overlay. And I'm trying to get it changed so everything's bigger. So that's all coming. I just got the chat up and running. So what I'll do is this. See the borders around my my stream. That's all gonna be taken out. The screen is gonna be enlarged. My camera is gonna move a little bit over the top of the screen, and then the chat will be bigger, and there'll be a lot more space, right? So don't worry, that's all coming. I'm just fixing it, and then today I switched to a new streaming software, and I'm just getting used to that. But no, man, I'm not hating, man. Don't worry. And I know you're not hating. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. But one question, man. The whip and post. Are you watching on a phone or are you watching on a computer, man? Because if you're on a phone, you can adjust the quality of the stream and maybe it looks a bit better. Yeah, desktop. Yeah, then that should be shouldn't be too bad. Right, 15-minute close here. Close below this previous 4-hour support, but now we're outside of the range. So essentially, what we can see, London, there's an opportunity for London to retrace this news move, create a support, and then we can take price towards the upside. If not, I would prefer to see some sort of like small bearish candle, and then the next one maybe close above, or if there's a lot of volume, we break the high, we can fill this wick and look to get back up to 167,500 as a trade. But yeah, that's the news event. That's the news event done. We see this big candle here. The problem is if we take a buy right here, where are you gonna put stops? Stops have to be 40 pips, 44 pips really. It's not really fun to have a 45, 44 pip stop. And your target, your realistic target is literally only 23 pips. So even like you have no place to manage, right? Because if this 15-minute closes bearish, your trade is still correct. The next one closes bearish, your trade is still correct. You really, the only space you have to manage is until something closes back in here. But by the time it's closed back in here, you're in so much drawdown that it's not really worth holding the trade, right? And then you start questioning, okay, was that a good trade to take in the beginning anyways? Although, if this 5-minute does start closing above here, yeah, you might have a continuation. Only problem is that, you know, it's really high up here in the market. Any views on gold now? Let's see what gold is doing. Oh, wow. Okay, so gold went the complete opposite way of GJ. I said below 1999 here, and we just steamed straight through 1999. So yeah, I did expect gold to move when we had this GJ news, and this was the move. At the moment now, it's similar to GJ. Let's see what we can do. I would probably wait for at least... Yeah, selling now, guys, relax. You guys have to relax. Selling gold now is stupid, right? You're just trying to catch a falling knife, essentially, or continue the knife that's falling. Really, it's tough at the moment now. What you have to do is you have to wait for pullbacks, at least on a 5-minute, to look to take price up. Don't get FOMO of this move. If you'd never planned the move, you never missed it, right? If you never planned it, you never missed it. So don't get FOMO. Like, yeah, it's dumping hard now. You know, it's moving super fast, but there's nothing you can do, you know, because if the same speed it's going down now, it can go back up and put you in drawdown. And that's not fun, right? Just a small wick up to here is already 23 pip drawdown. So be patient, wait for further structure, and then look to trade it. You need some sort of pullback here for sure. For sure, some form of pullback. That's the only way to get in. Basically, trainers left. Negative RR is totally fine if your trades win most of the time. You know, sometimes in the market you have to take an option that might be a bit negative, but instead of, the only caveat I have, and this is personally, if I have a negative RR trade just to take the trade, the thing I do have in the trade is that I can get out of the trade at an early position. So I won't let it hit full stop. Even though my maximum stop loss is negative RR sometimes, well, not most of the time, but the few times that it is, I won't let it hit full stop because my trades are always planned that they have a safety net or an area that I can get out before if I don't like what's happening. But if most of your trades just go straight into profits, you don't have to worry too much about getting stopped. If you enter a trade and find that it's just ranging most of your session, when is it appropriate to kill the trade or just let it play out even to stop loss? Yeah, I mean, think about it like this. If you take the trade, you always need to ask yourself, does the trade still make sense? When the trade stops making sense, then it becomes a problem, right? Then you can maybe consider cutting the trade short or whatever. But if the trade still makes sense, then you don't, you can keep the trade running. You don't have to worry about it. Let it hit stop loss, stop loss or TP at that point. If you guys are enjoying the stream, I'd appreciate if you left a like. As always, it really does help. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you do enjoy the streams and want to show up to future ones, leave a subscribe so you know when we go live. Do go live all week. And yeah. See, with gold here, this is not fun, right? This pullback, 21 pips. Huge drop on gold made by news. I think this was caused by the Gbpjpy news, but we'll see if anything else came out. Just double check it. Yeah, this was caused probably by the Gbpjpy news. Also had an effect on gold, which at the time I said I'm surprised it doesn't have an effect on gold, right? Do alert setups in VIP? I don't have a VIP chat. If I did, I would, of course. Random question, but will you stream during the summer as well? Yes, I will be streaming during the summer. I do plan to stream during the summer. If we can get this stream to 100 views. Otherwise, I'm going to be really upset, man. Really upset. So, if you do enjoy this... Oh yeah, by the way, guys, we reached 15k subscribers, so I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Not bad. Not also good. But no, I mean, you guys... You let me know in the chat. You guys seem to enjoy these streams since I started them. You find them really useful. We've taken trades together. It's a good way to catch up in the morning. We have a good vibe. There's a good community. Everyone's in here chatting, asking questions. And this stream is a good stream because it's not a stream that you just sit and everyone's waiting for a setup. No, we take setups on stream, really valuable setups. Stream win rate has been 100%, which I'm really happy with. And so, we're taking quality, not quantity. And then on top of that, we also talk a lot of important tips, right? So we give tons of important tips, which really do help everyone. But yeah, Forex example, we always chatting about setups in the Discord. Always chatting about setups in the Discord. Very appreciative. Appreciate you, man. Like the video, everyone. Appreciate you. Can we have any opportunity to go long on gold? That is literally the example of catching a falling knife. You should never try to call bottoms or call tops. That's a career-ending move. And I can assure you that if you continue doing that, you will go broke very, very quick. And if you do win a position, a massive position like that, it is purely luck, because it's almost impossible to call bottoms and call tops very accurately. It's possible to estimate where a bottom is going to be placed, but you need some form of confirmation, either a support, a resistance, something. So it's very tough, you know, you're kind of taking a gamble. I mean, the best thing you do is like you'd buy at a support and go break even quickly. And then once you go break even, you hope that the rest plays out. Anyways, give me a sec. I'll be back. Just 1 second. Thanks, Rolex. Appreciate you. Was watching your videos last night on bias, where 2 4-hour candles go against daily bias. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true. They do. Because we're trading, which in our session, we're trading 1 4-hour candle. We're not trading a daily candle. The daily could take a whole day to flip. You know, you could be trading 2-3 hours in the morning, but the daily to flip bullish could happen maybe 8 hours into the day. So what's the point of fixating yourself on a daily candle when really your trades come within 2 to 3 hours? So if your trades come within 2 to 3 hours, then you should be focusing on, okay, what makes most sense in my session, you know? Did you guys see my Instagram post yesterday about the bench press compared to the people in trading? The rule is go with 2 4-hour candle but not one. Yes, 2 4-hour candles closing bullish will help influence your session bias, right? How long after news is it okay to trade? Yeah, 15 minutes after news, but we've had no setups. You see, this 4-hour, this is why it's good to have zones. Even though we had news, our zones are still playing important, right? So we can see we rejected here. That 1 minute ended up failing, which is why I don't take it, because I don't have enough data on that type of setups. I don't, you know, I haven't researched into them. It's really hard. You can't test news. Testing news is virtually impossible because every single time the news event is different. You know, there's always different results. There's always different economic standpoint. Different things happen in the economy. So it's very hard to duplicate something. It's kind of just, you know, going off instinct and going off what you've seen in the past. 5 minute fail to break the highs. You know, now we're breaking down. So there's been no setups. I'm still bullish. This has just helped us, get out of the range. Buys do make sense, so all we have to wait for is some form of support. If we manage to form a support, there's a potential here to retest the highs and continue price bullish. But yeah, 15 minutes after news you can trade. Just whenever there's a setup that follows your rules, take the trade. Just make sure it's not at news, and it's highly unlikely that right after news, like 1 minute after news, there'll be a setup that follows your rules. I highly doubt it. You're probably changing your rules if that's the case. All good, man, all good. This streaming software is always a headache. See what gold is doing? Yeah, look at this retracement on gold. Big, and look, it dipped down before, right? So even if you bought at that support, you would have been down 20 pips, and now it's, yeah, that's crazy. Moving mad, this is moving mad. It's moving mad like the woman in Dubai, moving mad. How many people in chat are new to the stream? If you're new to the stream, say hello in chat. Welcome. Hope you find it useful. If you do, leave a subscribe so you can join for future stream. But don't be scared to say hi in chat. It's why you have a chat on stream. Otherwise, you might as well just watch videos, right? So say hi, ask questions. This guy is not new. I know he's not new. I've seen his name before. Donald is not new. Forex example I haven't seen. He's new, I think. Trader Andre I haven't seen. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Hi guys from London. Yes, sir. Just thinking, how am I gonna get into this, today? It's quite tough spot, If this 15-minute candle closes bullish above here, 20 pips. Stop loss will be around 16 pips. I just don't like these two wick rejections here. They just... If one wick rejection, okay, but two after news, I don't always see the news event, the candle that closes above after, work. I don't always see that work. That's the only issue I have with this. I appreciate your effort. Can you give a little explanation about the analysis? Yeah, so we're bullish today. We expect buys. Currently at this previous 4-hour support, which is now becoming a bit of resistance. News came in which pushed us out of our range, kind of gave us the volume. The next time we can anticipate volume is going to be close to London Open. So currently looking for buys, populating how to get into buys. Buys do make sense if this 15-minute closes above here, but I don't see a possibility taking it on the 5-minute. 5-minute super risky at the moment. 15-minute would be the next clear option. If this just keeps pushing, it's quite tough, right? It's quite tough, and this is just, we haven't missed the move because it's not in the trade plan, right? I rather wait for this 15-minute to close. I just don't see a way to get into the 5-minute here logically. You know, you're buying into 5-minute resistance here. If the 5-minute closes above this resistance, you're running a 30 pip stop here. There's nowhere to manage the trade properly. You know, London Open can come in and just retrace this whole move. I mean, breaking this high might be an option here, but again, you know, does IC market have minimum deposit to start? Yeah, I think it does. I'm not sure how much. But if you're going with minimum deposit, like, you know, $100, $50, might as well just trade demo until you can save a little bit more money and actually trade with some better account balance. You know, maybe $500 would be better, you know, because at least then you can start risking $5 per trade or something, you know, maybe a bit less to be honest, but you know, at least you'll make something from it instead of having a $100 account and risking $10 a trade and blowing it. You know, doesn't make sense. I need to learn how to fish Forex. So this 5-minute made a bottom wick here, flipping, breaking the high here. Buying into the, I mean, this is not in my plan to take a trade like this. I mean, if volume comes in, it's gonna go up. I don't see any direction it's gonna go. I don't, you know, for me, upside makes sense. It's just, this is not in my plan to take a trade like this, you know. I just don't know the win rate of this, right? If I take this trade, I'm basically just hoping that volume continues it, which is okay, but not really the way I want to be playing it at the moment. What's your view on trading prop firms' money? I have a video on my Instagram about that. And I also have a YouTube video on how to pass a funding challenge and what I think about a funding challenge. I don't think it's... so if you want more information about that, can check it out. But for basic overview, prop firm money, you know, many people can't even become a profitable trader, let alone pass a prop firm account and manage and keep it consistent. So they end up failing. I think if you really need access to funds, you might as well use prop firm to build your own account balance and then trade with your own money, right? So maybe try to make $5,000 from a prop firm and then grow your own account, you know? I think that's the best way forward. So this candle's pushing up. Breaking this high can be an option here to go up. Only issue is this is after news and this 5-minute kind of changes things. If this 5-minute does close above here, it does change things because now we have a closure above just on a really small time frame. And this 5-minute close, you know, you can anticipate the next one to respect, and anything breaking this low, you can close the trade. The only issue I have with this trade here is the stop loss is pretty big here. 31 pips for 12 pips and potentially 28 max. You are using IC? Yes, I am. But I'm not affiliated with them or anything. I have weekly resistance? Exactly, yeah. It's around that zone. That's why I just rounded it up to 500. You know, rounded up to 500. It's around that zone. You know, there is weekly resistance here. You know, that's the only issue we have. But this is pushing nicely, you know. Always when you see a move like this, you always have to think to yourself, okay, how could I have got in this move, right? Breaking this 15-minute high, yeah, good option, but your stop loss has to be way down here, which is okay, right? Manage if this flips. That's one option to get in. Problem is I didn't like the wick. Second option to get in here is a risky option, but on the 5-minute to break this high, right? If we broke this high on the 5-minute, this previous bearish candle high, you know, that would have been the best option. But yeah, I know you guys in chat have a lot of FOMO here. But it's going to be like this on news day. Remember, this move is caused by news. And if anything, this is just creating us clean candles to trade in the future, right? So if anything, we just have clean candles to trade. We have London Open coming in 20 minutes. There's so many opportunities here. You know, New York later on. I'll probably get a trade today, sooner or later. And if I do, I'll share it in the group for sure. Even if I'm planning to take a trade, I think today I'll give you guys a gift and share it in the group. How can we benefit from clean candles? You always want to trade in clean candle zones, because if price was able to move cleanly there in the past, it should be able to move cleanly there in the future. So it makes it easy for us to trade. We don't have to worry about price stopping anywhere, because we can visually see no area that price has stopped. But if we're trading into resistance and supports, then price might have stopped at those zones, right? And there's a potential in the future that if we're trading back into those zones, at any time it can stop and fail. And that's not what we want. Alright guys, I'm probably going to wrap up the stream here. The plan for now is, it's a bit tough at the moment. I'm not buying highs, that's for sure. I want to see what it does at this 500. I'm going to update you guys in the Discord. That's the best opportunity for me at the moment, to update you guys in the Discord. So join if you haven't already, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking here. Maybe some form of pullback on the 5-minute to continue price bullish, and let's see what London Open does. London Open is going to be interesting for me to see if I can find continuation into this trade and see if I can find some more upside. If not, then this is probably set up for later on, and we'll take it on then. So that's basically what I'm waiting for at the moment. Pretty simple, pretty clean. Unfortunately, this news move always makes it tough to take a trade afterwards. But hey, if it doesn't follow your plan, it's okay. Took trades yesterday, took trades on what's this called, on Monday. So, you know, you don't have to force every single day. If you have a profitable week, that's what matters, right? So yeah, that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next stream, hopefully. And yeah, I appreciate every one of you showing up. And yeah, catch you on the next one. And peace. Take care all.